Mycology, the study of fungi, a group that, including the mushroom and yeast. Many fungi are useful in the medicine industry. Ecological research has led to the development of such antibiotic drugs penicillin, streptomycin, and stricillin, as well another drugs, including states, cholesterol-lowering drugs. Mycology is usually focused on or found areas where fungi cause damage. There is also insensitive knowledge about the added value fungi contribute to beer, bread, wine, sprite, food, preservation, and food taste. Less attention to given to fungi and fungal products that adding value for industry, agriculture, health, and pharmaceuticals.
Pathology, the study of the causes and effects of disease or injury. Pathology is the study of disease. It is the bridge between science and medicine. It underpins every aspect of patient care, from diagnostic testing and treatment advice to using cutting-edge genetic technologies and preventing disease. Doctors and scientists working in pathology are experts in illness and disease. There are some examples of pathology such as clinical pathology, molecular pathology, forensic pathology, cytopathology, anatomic pathology. Clinical pathology covers many lab functions. It is concerned with disease diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Clinical pathologists are healthcare providers with special training. They often direct all the special division of the lab. This may include the following: blood bank, clinical chemistry and biology, toxicology, hematology, immunology and serology, microbiology. Molecular pathology is the study of abnormalities of tissues and cells at the molecular level. It is a broad category that is used to refer to the study of disease of any organ or tissue in the body by examining what molecules are present in cells.
Parasitology. From the word itself, it is a study about parasite, a branch of biology wherein it focuses or it deals with parasites, especially among animals. Parasite is an organism that lives on or in the host organism and gets its food from the expense of its host. There are three main classes of parasite that can cause disease in humans, such as protozoa, helminths, and ectoparasites. Protozoa are microscopic, one-celled organisms that can be free-living or parasitic in nature. They are able to multiply in humans. The example of this is Entamoeba histolytica. It is a protozoan wherein you need to use microscope to view this kind of parasite. Helminths, like protozoa, they are either free-living or parasitic in nature. And ectoparasites, although the term ectoparasites can broadly include blood-sucking arthropods such as mosquitoes. This term is generally used more narrowly to refer to organisms such as ticks, fleas, lice, and mites, and you see it attached in the skin and remain for relatively long period of time, maybe weeks or months. Diarrhea, constipation, gas, bloating, and nausea are all common symptoms of parasite. Parasites can cause nausea or poor nutritional absorption, which can lead to weight loss. Parasites are not a disease, but they may spread diseases that can be fatal. However, many parasitic infections are treatable and preventable. If a person is experiencing a skin rash, abdominal pain, diarrhea, or other symptoms of parasitic infections, then they need to see a doctor immediately so that the infection can be treated.
Hematology, Hematology is a study of blood and blood diseases. In medical field, hematology includes the treatment of blood disorders and malignancies. Blood disorders are classified into non-malignant, which means is non-cancerous, and malignant means cancerous. Non-malignant includes hemophilia, blood clots, and sickle cell anemia. And in malignant includes leukemia, lymphoma, and myeloma. They're all cancers of blood. Hematology is a branch of internal medicine that deals with the physiology, pathology, etiology, diagnosis, treatment, prognosis, and prevention of blood-related disorders. Anatomy of blood. Blood is made up of several parts, including red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, combined about 45% of volume, as well as plasma, about 55% of volume. Red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes, which makes up about 45% of whole blood, and it gives our body and our energies by carrying oxygen from the lungs to the body's tissue. They also carry carbon dioxide back to the lungs to be exhaled. They are disc-shaped and produced in the bone marrow. Bone marrow is the spongy material within our bones. White blood cells, also known as leukocytes, which are also made in the marrow. It is important in our immune system because it helps fight infection. Together with platelets, they made up about 1% of whole blood. Platelets, also known as thrombocytes, are small, colorless fragments that stick together and interact with clotting proteins to stop or prevent bleeding. They are also produced in bone marrow. Plasma. Plasma is the yellowish fluid part of blood. It is also the biggest component of blood. Composed of 92% water, it also contains 7% vital proteins and 1% mineral salts, sugars, fats, hormones, and vitamins. It also contains enzymes and antibodies. Lastly is hematology test. One of the most common hematology tests is the complete blood count or CBC. In a complete blood count, they evaluate your red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. And this test is often conducted during a routine exam and can detect anemia, clotting problems, blood cancers, immune system disorders, and infection.
Molecular biology is a branch of biology that studies the molecular basis of biological activity. Living things are made of chemicals, just as non-living things are so are. So, a molecular biologist study how molecules interact with one another in living organisms to perform the function of life. The field of molecular biology is focused especially on nucleic acid. Example, DNA and RNA, and proteins, macromolecules that are essential to life processes, and how these molecules interact and behave within cells. DNA, the molecules inside cells that contain the genetic information responsible for the development and function of an organism. DNA molecules allow this information to be passed from generation to the next. RNA. RNA is nucleic acid present in all living cells that has structural similarities to DNA. Unlike DNA, however, RNA is most often single-stranded. An RNA molecule has a backbone made of alternating phosphate group and the sugar ribose rather than the deoxyribose found in DNA. Proteins. A molecule made up of amino acid. Proteins are needed to be body to function properly. They are basis of body structures such as skin and hair. and of other substances, such as enzymes, cytokines, and antibodies. Yun lang po. Thank you.
So, what is toxicology? Toxicology is a field of science that helps us understand the harmful effects that chemical, substance, or situation can have on people, animals, and environment. Some refers to toxicology as the science of safety because as a field it has evolved from a science focused on studying poisons and adverse effects of a chemical exposures to a science devoted to studying safety. Like for examples, in agriculture, toxicology determines the possible health effects from exposure to pesticides or herbicides, or the effect of animal feed additives such as growth factors on people. Toxicology is also used in laboratory experiments on animals to establish dose-response relationship. Toxicology also deals with the chemicals and waste products affect the health of an individual.
Our topic for today is agriculture, the science, art, and practicing of cultivating plants and livestock. Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. It includes the preparation of plant and animal products for people to use and their description to market. Agriculture provides most of the world's foods and fabrics. Cottons, wool, and leather are all agricultural products. Agriculture also provides woods for construction and paper products. These products, as well as the agricultural method used, may vary from one part of the world to another. So here are the steps for practicing cultivating plants and livestock. First, soil preparation. Before raising the crop, the soil in which is to be grown is prepared by flagging, leveling, and manuring. Flagging is the process of loosening and digging of soil using flag. Second, sowing. Selection of seed of good quality crop strain is the primary stage of sowing. Third, manuring is the step where nutritional supplements are provided, and these supplements may be natural chemical compounds, fertilizers. Manure is the decomposition product of plant and animal wastes. Fourth, irrigation. Irrigation, the supply of water. Sources of water can be wells, ponds, lakes, canals, etc. Over-irrigation, waterlogging, and damage the crop. Weeds are unwanted plants which grow among crops. They are removed by using medicates by manually pulling them with hands, some removed during preparation. And last, harvesting. Once the crop is matured, it is cut and gathered. The process is called harvesting. Followed by harvesting, grains are separated from the chaff either by threshing, manually, small scales. Agriculture is a future. This is a power of agriculture over country is and 60% belong to people agriculture background. Once in a lifetime, you need to meet a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, but every day you need to meet a farmer.